Hey guys! So I was rifling through my collection trying to plan out my September favorites video, and I realized I don't really have a lot of new things from the past month to share with you guys. I'm pretty much using what I've been loving for the last couple months, and I know I just got a ton of new stuff from Generation Beauty New York over the weekend, so I've got like a giant influx of new things that I'm testing out. But I really honestly feel like if I've only used a product a couple times, or I've only used it for a week or two, I don't really count that as like a favorite. So I figured I need a little more time to test some things, and I'm sure for October I will have like a true favorites video to share with you guys. But in the meantime, what I do have a nice little collection of are products that kind of failed me a little bit. I know some people think that disappointing products videos are really negative or critical, but honestly, I sort of feel like if you are someone that's tried hundreds upon hundreds of beauty products, you are bound to find some that don't work for you for one reason or another. Every person is different. We have different skin tones, skin types. We have different preferences. Some people like things that are really natural. Some people like things that are really dramatic. So what works for me may work for you, or it may not. So I always think it's helpful to see like both sides of things, both, you know, products that I really love and want to recommend, and also the things that didn't work for me and why. So I'm not hating on these brands by any means. A lot of them are brands that I have a lot of products from them that I really like. These specific things just did not work for me in the way that I had hoped that they would. But before we jump into things, I want to say hello and welcome to any of you who are new to my face here. My name is Lauren. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out and chatting beauty with me. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I hope that you will come back, stick around, click that little subscribe button down there if you want to be notified when I'm posting new content on my channel. And in the meantime, let's get down to some products that kind of weren't so great. Side note, if I can say, the one biggest fail slash frustration for me of the last month has been that I'm doing Invisalign. I am currently in my 7th week out of 19 weeks, so I'll be done by the end of the year. And having Invisalign with all these little like nubby things that I have in my teeth, I get lipstick on my aligners all the freaking time. Every time I wear a creamy lipstick or a liquid lip, I just like end up with lipstick everywhere. I also feel like I still am talking kind of funny. I'm getting better, so like, guys, if I sound lispy, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. This is a temporary thing. I need to fix my teeth so that way I do not have headaches and problems anymore. So please bear with me while this situation is happening. But if you want to talk about an epic fail, that's kind of been a bit of an epic fail, but it is a necessary epic fail. So the first product that I want to talk about is something that I received in my Boxy Charm. Now, Boxy Charm has been killing it lately. They've been sending us so many amazing things. This was from a few months ago, and I just was kind of like, meh. I thought maybe it was cool, but it really didn't work out for me. This is the Concealer Collection from Measurable Difference. It's a 16 color pro concealer palette. This is what it looks like on the inside. It's really cool that you have like a really nice range of different colors and different undertones. I just found that the texture of these concealers is very dry. It may be good for like spot concealing if you had like a, you know, you could mix together some shades to make like your perfect custom shade and like maybe cover up a pimple or something, but it's definitely too dry to cover up the under eyes. It would be way too cakey. I mean, maybe you could try to like contour with some of these darker shades if you're someone that's more light complected like me. But honestly, I just feel like I'm never going to reach for this. I'm not a makeup artist. I'm mainly doing my own makeup, so I don't really need this range of shades, and the formula to me wasn't super awesome. I like that the packaging is so sleek, but it is cardboard. It feels like not super high quality. I think this retailed for about $20, and that's kind of about what it feels worth to me. It doesn't really feel luxury, high-end, like an amazing quality. So I probably am just going to declutter this because I never reach for it, and it's not something I really enjoy. On the face train, this one pains me because I was so excited when Influencer sent me the email that I was accepted into this campaign. I was like dying to try this out, and I just don't like it. I don't like it, and I know that Tati is like obsessed with this foundation, and I usually really like her reviews, but I honestly don't understand how, maybe it's just because her skin is not like a total grease ball like mine. Maybe that's why it works for her. I'm talking about the YSL All Hours foundation. This is like a $60 foundation, so it's very expensive. YSL products are beautiful, but they're very also like hit or miss for me. I've definitely had some that I really like and others that I'm not super impressed by. And for the money, this really did not impress me. Don't get me wrong, the packaging is beautiful. It's got this very nice frosted glass bottle. You have a pump, which I really appreciate. It feels really luxurious. The way this foundation smells is very like almost cucumbery, and it's fresh and it's really, really nice. The problem is, well, okay, there's a couple of problems. Number one, this foundation has chemical sunscreen in it. If you've been following me, my channel, my blog, you know I do not like chemical sunscreen. It does not react well with my skin. It tends to make my skin more oily. It tends to make it break out. It's just no bueno. I basically use all physical sunscreens because that's just what works for my skin. Not everyone has that sensitivity. That's just something for me. So I really prefer my foundations to usually not have any sunscreen in them at all. I rather like put sunscreen in my skincare routine. Like I actually use a sunscreen serum. So that was the first thing about this that really disappointed me. I wish it didn't have sunscreen. I think that might have helped the formulation work better for me if it didn't, but it did. And also this is not going to play nice with all of my physical sunscreens because chemical and physical kind of counteract each other. So I feel like I can't use all of my normal routine when I'm wearing this, and that doesn't help either. The second thing about this, now this says it's supposed to be an up to 24-hour wear, flawless matte, full coverage, oil-free foundation. All of those things to me sound like amazing. That is exactly what I want. I want something that's not going to make me oily. I want to be matte. I want long wearing. I want a really lovely full coverage finish. I did not feel like any of those things were true for me, which was super disappointing. First of all, every time I wore this, I felt like it really emphasized the texture on my skin. My skin's not perfect. It's better than it has been in the past, but I do have some small texture bumps. And I felt like this foundation just like, it was a very liquidy texture. It just like sunk into every little line and just kind of emphasized every little bit of texture, and it really just did not make my skin look good. And it was not full coverage. Like it evens out your skin tone for sure, but I did not feel like this had a full coverage finish. I felt like this was more of a medium natural finish. And also it was not matte. Every time I wear this, it makes my skin look super dewy, and then I'll set it down with powder, and then within a few hours, I'm so oily. Every time I wear this, it breaks up around my nose because my skin gets so greasy, and I think the grease really breaks this particular foundation down. So just, I feel like every time I've worn this, and it's probably been about like 5 or 6 times now that I've tried this foundation with different primers and on different days and different weather, and like it just, no time I've ever worn this have I looked at myself in the mirror and been like, my makeup looks bomb today. And it's really disappointing because it's an expensive foundation and it sounded amazing, and I do like a lot of YSL products, and I did get sent this for free, which I felt very gracious for, and I kind of feel bad saying something bad, but I'm not going to be honest just because I got something for free. So that's just my jam. I really didn't like this. If you do like it, good for you, but I think if you have super oily skin like me, or you are sensitive to chemical SPFs, you probably want to stay away from this. So let's talk about some more stuff that I was given as a gift that I didn't really like. I got these products in like a little goodie bag for my blogger event that I went to. They're from the brand Juice Beauty. These are Bloomingdale's exclusive products. They are the Phyto Pigments Juice Boosts, and one is in a bronzing shade and one is in an illuminating shade, and I thought these were really cool. I love organic products, but I'm gonna be honest, I have not met a Juice Beauty product that my skin has gotten along well with. I've tried their CC cream, I've tried a few of their skincare products, and like nothing that I've ever had from them has completely blown me out of the water. And these guys, I don't understand. I feel like they should be something that they're not. So basically, like, one is a highlighter and one is a bronzer. They're a liquid product. So like this is what the bronzer looks like. And I was thinking to myself, perfect, like this would be really great for maybe cream contouring or for like bronzing up my foundation. When you read the instructions online, because they are not on the packaging, it basically says you can mix this in with your moisturizer or your foundation for like a sun-kissed glow. However, this is the problem with this product. So when you blend this into your skin, it looks like you're thinking to yourself like, all right, okay, this is gonna make me super tan, this is gonna be great, you know, but it does this weird thing where it starts to pill up on your skin. Like, I feel like as I'm blending this out on completely bare skin even, yeah, you can start to see it like starts to pill. And especially if you apply this over any other kind of makeup, like look at this. I don't know if you can see this. Maybe I'll insert a close-up swatch. So as you can see, it just like pills right up and like rubs off your skin. It's the weirdest thing. It looks so splotchy. And like I tried mixing this on top of like a CC cream. I've tried it by itself and it's just like the weirdest texture. It seems like it's gonna be really creamy and blendable and nice, but then when you actually try to put it on your face, as you try to blend it and it dries, it just like rubs off in this really gross kind of a way, and I just don't understand this product at all. It's very expensive. And maybe I'm using it incorrectly, I don't know. But even like the illuminating shade looks like it's gonna be so stunning. It's got this like opalescence to it. It's like this pinky shift and it's really, really pretty. But again, it does the same thing. Like you think like, all right, this is gonna be really nice. But as you blend it into your skin and it dries, it just like pills up. It's very weird. I think if you like blend it to a point and then don't touch it at all, you might be okay, but like it definitely would not work in that respect then for any kind of like cream contouring, bronzing, highlighting. You probably would have to like just mix it in to a moisturizer or a foundation, apply it all over your face and then like not put anything else on top of it. Otherwise, I feel like if you disturb the product, it's gonna pill up like the way that I showed you before. So I personally just don't feel like I'm ever going to use these. Maybe there's a way that I don't understand, but at least in terms of how I wear my makeup, I don't think I'm gonna get a lot of use out of these. So wanted to like them, thought the idea was cool, but did not work out for me. So this next one, like I love this brand. I did purchase this specific product myself. This is the original bottle that I bought. I have since been sent this from Pixie, but this is the one that I purchased. This is the Makeup Fixing Mist with rosewater and green tea. I love Pixie products. This sounded incredible. I love a good setting mist. This is my problem with this. Number one, even when I first got this, the spray nozzle on this was so intense. But I obviously haven't even used that much. Like this is basically a full bottle, and let's see if it does what it has been doing. Do you see that? It like shoots like a jet stream. Like, look at this, my hand is like soaking wet. It shoots like a jet stream of product at your face. It does not have like a nice fine mist. So I feel like if you're trying to set your makeup with this, you are literally going to bathe yourself and it's gonna like drip off of your face. You would have to hold this like so far away to like have it be dispersed evenly. It's really disappointing, and it feels like the texture of it when you feel it start to dry down, like it feels like it would be nice to like, it would have that like slight bit of tackiness. It's going to really lock your makeup into place. I just don't really ever use this to set my makeup because I feel like I'm attacking my face when I spray with it, and that's really, really disappointing. I feel like I probably will try to use this as a priming spray because before I put my makeup on, it's not as big of a deal if I like completely drench myself and I let it kind of like soak in and dry a little bit before I go in with my foundation. I just feel like it's a makeup fixing mist. I want to use it on top of my makeup, and the spray nozzle, it just makes me cuckoo pants. I don't know if anybody else has this problem with this spray, let me know, or if yours works better. Maybe I just got a dud and I need to pick up another bottle. So let me know in the comments what your experience with this particular product has been. So I've tried a lot of liquid lipstick, and to be honest, I can deal with like a drying formula. Like I can deal with the formula that maybe is not super long wearing and rubs off on things. Like it kind of depends on my mood for the day, but usually there are very few that I like don't get along with. This, however, I just no. So Makeup Revolution basically came out with these lip kits that are very similar to like the Kylie lip kit. They come with a lip liner and a liquid lipstick, and the packaging on these are really cute. They're rose gold, and I picked them up. They're very affordable. Like, okay, Makeup Revolution, everybody kind of knows they're known for their like knockoff products. They definitely do a lot of things that are very similar and dupeable to like popular high-end products. I don't really have a problem with that. I don't really care. That's kind of their jam. If people want an affordable alternative to things, that's fine in my book. So I was like, you know what, I'll give these a try. I really love this pinky nude shade. I think this is called Rain, was the name of the color of the kit. So the lip liner in this kit is beautiful. It's really creamy, very pigmented, goes on really nicely, totally awesome. That at least made me feel like I didn't entirely waste my money getting this. But this liquid lipstick though, okay, you put it on and it seems like really creamy and opaque. The color is beautiful, like look at that. It's really nice, totally dig it. The issue is it doesn't really dry down, and you can kind of tell as you're applying it, it almost has it reminds me of the texture of like a marshmallow, if that makes any sense, and that stickiness, like it has this creamy yet sticky quality to it where it's not like slippery and moussey, and it's not liquidy that dries down to that like powdery finish. It's kind of weird. So what happens is it dries, but it doesn't ever completely dry, and then when you put your lips together, they stick. Like literally your lips stick together, and when they pull apart, it pulls the lipstick off your lips, and it like just disintegrates into this gross, crackly, weird situation. It is so not cute. It like crushed me because I really, really wanted to like these, and I tried it a few times thinking maybe it was just me, maybe I didn't let it dry long enough the first time. No, every time I've worn it, it's the same thing. It just really does not dry down completely. We're gonna let this sit on my hand for a while and let it dry down, and I will kind of show you how sticky it is when you like actually put your finger to it. And especially like when you have your lips and you're putting product to product, that's even more of a test. Like if the product sticks to itself and pulls itself away from your lips, it's no bueno. Let's talk about some more things from the drugstore that are super disappointing to me. Okay, so I have a couple products here from L'Oreal. L'Oreal, again, a brand I really like. I have a lot of L'Oreal products that I really enjoy. These two just did not work out for me. The first one I got sent from Biz Agent, which, you know, you don't have to be an influencer to do Biz Agent. They just kind of like send out samples of different products of all different kinds of things for people to review. So I got this Brow Stylist Kabuki Blender. I love me a good brow product, and I love the Brow Stylist Definer from L'Oreal. That's one of my favorite affordable drugstore pencils. It's great. This thing, though, is freaking weird. So it's like this big jumbo crayon, and you use it to fill in your eyebrows. And look at how pigmented that is. It's like really pigmented and creamy. Like it's got a waxiness to it, but this stuff is intense, and it's a pretty chunky pencil. And the idea is you're supposed to apply it, and then you're supposed to take this kabuki brush, and then you can like blend the product out, which as you see, like as you start to blend it, it's kind of weird. Like it does make it like more sheer, but it's got this like weird glossy finish to it. It's a very strange product, I guess, is my point. And the thing about this is that it's just like, this kabuki brush is kind of big for someone with tiny eyebrows like me. Like I kind of was able to make this work, but you had to be really, really careful so you didn't get product kind of all over the place. And like if I was like putting product into my brows directly, like it goes on so intense, you really need to buff it out with the brush so it doesn't look crazy, but you don't want to like buff it too much and then have just product everywhere. So I just feel like in terms of like a design preference, this is not for me, especially having more fine eyebrows. This was just way too difficult to use. Get the Brow Stylist Definer, the little thin pencil. That one is bomb. Now, this is not to me so much a fail for the actual product as much as it is a fail for the shade. This is the Infallible Paints liquid eyeliner, and I got in the shade White Party. I was like, white liquid eyeliner, that seems so cool. And this has got a really nice felt tip. You can get a really nice precise point. It's very flexible, it's really opaque, super awesome. The issue is, if you apply this at all on top of any kind of eyeshadow, it's going to get all over the felt tip, and then all of a sudden your white eyeliner is not white anymore. Which I kind of feel like is sort of like, duh, Lauren, what did you think was going to happen? But I guess I was hoping that it would be opaque enough that the product wouldn't necessarily like mix in with the color, and I would still get like a nice crisp white line. That really didn't happen. Very quickly this became very gray, and I felt like it was really, like, it's more of a buildable pigmentation. It's a little bit watery, so it really just didn't give me that full intense white line when I was putting it on top of any kind of eyeshadow base. So I'm sure the other colors in this line might be a little bit better, but you may still run into the same problem with anything that's not black or brown if you're wearing any kind of eyeshadow, that it's going to get all over the actual applicator, and then when you go to apply it elsewhere, you're going to be dragging that eyeshadow onto another part of your eye, and it's just, it's not exactly what I wanted. So I kind of feel like that was a little bit of a fail for me. So I have two products left. One is drugstore, one is not. The drugstore one is the Maybelline Brow Precise. Now, I love my Cella Ivory Lace highlighter pencil for my eyebrows. That thing is amazing. I've had it for a really long time, and it's my favorite pencil for like carving out your eyebrows, for adding that highlight, for like cleaning up the edge. It's really creamy and opaque and just like the perfect undertone for me with having more of a yellow base to my skin than pink. I love it. So I saw this and I was like, ooh, maybe this will be a great affordable alternative to the Cella pencil. Nah. So the problem with this, well, there's two things. Number one, the texture of this is like really waxy. It's creamy, but like not in a good way. It's not like in that creamy, almost like a concealer kind of way. Like it feels very like waxy. Like it doesn't, I don't know how to describe it otherwise. It's just not the right kind of texture. The shade was okay, but I just felt like in terms of how this blended out, it didn't really look that great on the eyebrows. And the shape of this is rectangular, which is kind of weird. I would much prefer a pencil that I can sharpen so I can get a sharp line. This is a little bit difficult to use. It's a little bit big and bulky. So I just generally felt like this did not really do what I wanted it to do. It's just kind of a weird texture. It just doesn't, it feels very slippery on the skin, if that makes sense. It doesn't dry down to that nice powder finish. It has like a weird slippery consistency. So I would pass on this. If I find myself a really great drugstore eyebrow highlighter pencil, I will let you guys know. And finally, the last product fail that I want to share with you guys is the MAC False Lashes Extreme Black Mascara. I heard so many amazing things about this, but I really just did not dig it. It was not for me. This has a very traditional bristled wand. It's very kind of fluffy, but it's still narrow, so you can kind of really get in the lashes. I just felt like I was never able to get that much product on my eyes with this. It didn't really ever look like it did very much for me. It was very natural, and when I think False Lashes Extreme, like, I want extreme. I want like Maybelline Lash Sensational, L'Oreal Lash Paradise, well, bam, in your face lashes. And for something that's way more expensive than those drugstore mascaras, I was just kind of expecting something different from this. I think you'd have to sit and really build the product up on your lashes to get that very dramatic, volumized effect, and I just don't have time for that. So I just was not a big fan of this. I know a lot of people love it, but it just was not for me. So wait, as promised, let me bring you closer so you can see what this liquid lipstick is doing. Hold on. Okay, so here it is. Let's see if you can see this. Like, I don't know if you can tell how much this is pulling and sticking to my finger, but it's like, it's been drying for a good 10 minutes and it is still so tacky. Like, so you can imagine if this is how it's pulling on a naked finger, how it would pull off the lipstick, like if your lips were being pressed together. So those are all the disappointing products that I wanted to share with you guys. Thank you so much for bearing with me and my brutal honesty. I'm not trying to be super negative. I just want to be real and let you guys know that not everything that I try works out. There are duds. Even in lines that you really, really love, sometimes you're going to find products that just don't work. They just don't work for you for whatever reason. And if you love these products, that's awesome. If you have any tips and tricks on how to use them and make them work, please let us all know in the comments. I would love to hear how I could make these things work better for me, because I hate wasting products also. So let me know what you guys think. If you enjoy these disappointing products type videos, please give this one a thumbs up. I really appreciate your support. And please, if you are new, make sure you are subscribed to my channel, especially if you want to see my favorites for October, because I'm sure I will be back once I've tested and tried all my new goodies from Gen Beauty. I'm sure I will have plenty of things to share with you guys, some awesome recommendations. So please stay tuned for that. Click that little subscribe button. And in the meantime, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.